Prabhuji, Nirvana.
Dandot pranams.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Dandot pranams.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. Huh?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Can we start? Am I audible? Can we start?
Yes, Prabhu, audible.
You are quite audible, Prabhu.
Okay. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Lange Degirim Yatkripatamaham Bande Shri Gurur Dinatarinam Shri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Paramanandar Madhavam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radhakanda Namustute Taptakanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubheva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Putale Srimate Jayapataka Swamannadanamane Nama Acharya Vadaya Natai Kripa Pradane Gaurakada Dhamadaya Nagara Gramatarane Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Putale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamannadanamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai Jai Shri Guru Maharaj ki Jai Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna, so we welcome you all to this JSSS gathering. I'm very happy to be with you all. And today is a very auspicious day, Papamochani Ekadashi. And on such an auspicious day, it is our good fortune that we are able to speak about, meditate on a very, very pure devotee of the Lord, my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Gurudev Ki Jai. For a disciple, three things are very, very valuable. He keeps those three things very close to his heart. The first one is vapu. Vapu means the transcendental body of Guru Maharaj. That is vapu. And if you examine the history of previous acharyas, devotees, you can see that very few of them got the good fortune of serving the vapu. And whoever served the transcendental body of their spiritual masters, they all got great blessings, especially they all got the blessings of Krishna Prem. To cite one example, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted Srila Ishwarapuri as his spiritual master. Now there was a discussion. How come Ishwarapuri, he became qualified to be the spiritual master of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? And then it was understood that he got this wonderful opportunity because of his vapu seva to his Guru Maharaj, Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri, towards the end of his life, was bedridden, and he was not even able to get up to answer the calls of the nature. And Ishwarapuri was blissfully serving his Guru Maharaj even in that condition. He was so happy that he got an opportunity to clean the vapu of his spiritual master, to do all kinds of menial service to the spiritual master. Because he did this wonderful seva. Hare Krishna. Who is the host? There is some disturbance. Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji, we can clearly hear you.
Yeah, okay. So he got this wonderful opportunity to become the spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because of his vapu seva. So we must also keep this vapu seva very close to our heart. It is very rare. The second most important thing that every disciple holds close to his heart is the vani. Vani means the instructions of the spiritual master. There are so many instructions that we receive from the spiritual master, either through a lot of lectures or through his personal instructions to us personally, one-to-one instructions, or through general instructions that are given to other devotees. So this Vani is also very, very important. This Vani is like the modern day GPS system, global positioning system. Many a times we are quite confused as to how to go forward, not only in the material life, but also in the spiritual life. Things are not easy. We have problems with our sadhana. We have problems with our interpersonal relationship with other Vaishnavas. We have sometimes health issues which prevent us from doing seva. So there are so many problems. So whenever we meet with such problems, it is our duty to depend on this GPS, that is Guru Vani, and go ahead with the confidence, understanding that our Guru Maharaj is with us. He is holding us. So we can rest assured and go ahead. So Guru Vani is very important. And the third important thing, very valuable thing of a disciple is Guru leela, the pastimes of Guru Maharaj. Now, why do the acharyas have pastimes? Why is it so important to discuss, to listen to the leela of our spiritual master? Two important aspects. The first aspect is we get a lot of purification. By listening to Bhagavata Katha, we get purification. So now you may wonder, how can Guru's Leela be considered as Bhagavata Katha? So do you think Guru's Leela is Bhagavata Katha, or Bhagavata Katha means morning Srimad Bhagavatam class that we have? What do you think?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, we have two Bhagavatas, that is book Bhagavata and person Bhagavata. When we glorify our Guru Maharaj, we can take it as a person. We are glorifying person Bhagavata, and we are hearing about person Bhagavata's leelas and his life history, everything. That is my understanding, Prabhuji.
Yeah, exactly. So we have got two Bhagavatas. One is Grantha Bhagavata and another is Person Bhagavata. So when we hear about the Leelas of Guru Maharaj, it is also Bhagavata Katha. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. It will also definitely purify our heart. So this is one benefit of glorifying Guru Maharaj or listening to the glorifications of Guru Maharaj. And another benefit is we get a lot of important instructions, teachings through the Leelas of our spiritual master. So there are umpteen Leelas that we can talk about. See, for instance, once one girl, young girl, probably she was some 20, 25 years old, and she was a teacher. And she once wanted to come and meet Guru Maharaj. And it was already late and the darshan time had closed. But then she insisted. She talked to the secretaries of the Guru Maharaj and said, it's something very urgent. I want to speak personally with Guru Maharaj. Please give me a chance. So Guru Maharaj was very tired, and the secretaries were also very hesitant to allow this lady. But since she was so earnestly requesting, they told Guru Maharaj, and Guru Maharaj said, okay, ask her to come. And then she came and she said, Gurudev, I have a confusion. I am planning to take initiation. And I have 3 spiritual masters in my mind. And Guru Maharaj asked, who are they? And she told about the first spiritual master that she had in her mind, the second person. And then she said, the third person is, of course, you. So from whom should I take initiation? I am completely confused. Could you please guide me? So Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj said, see, you choose that person who will very strongly connect you with the Srila Prabhupada. Whoever connects you very strongly with the Srila Prabhupada, you select that person. Then the girl immediately said, today morning only I prayed to Srila Prabhupada, please show me a person, a suitable person. And now, today evening, you are saying that select that person who will very strongly connect you with the Srila Prabhupada. I think Srila Prabhupada has showed me the right person. Please, Gurudev, accept me as your disciple. So, this is how much Srila Prabhupada is dedicated to Srila Prabhupada. I mean, Guru Maharaj is dedicated to Srila Prabhupada. And another aspect that you can understand from this pastime is Guru Maharaj was meeting this lady for the first time. But then he was successful in establishing a very loving personal relationship with that lady. Within that short time period, Guru Maharaj could gain all her trust. Guru Maharaj could do away with all her confusion. She has been confused about this question for a long time. But within a very short time, Guru Maharaj could clear away all her doubts and gain her trust and confidence. So this is one thing that we have to learn, especially as preachers in Iskcon. Because we all have this responsibility. When we grow up in our Krishna consciousness, it is our responsibility to bring new souls into Krishna consciousness. But how do we do that? It's always a challenge. So once His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was saying that before you preach, you establish a relationship with that person. Once you have a nice relationship, then whatever you request him to do, he will definitely accept. Because in the beginning, they may not like to chant. But then when you say, please, could you please chant at least one round? They will listen to you because they have a relationship with you. They cannot say no to you. When you invite a person, a newcomer to the temple, they cannot say no to you because they have a relationship with you. When you give them a Bhagavad Gita to read, they cannot deny that because they have a relationship with you. So it's very important, especially for preachers, to establish relationship with people so that they're in a position to accept our instructions, even though they may not be completely convinced of them. So Guru Maharaj is teaching this. He always establishes loving relationships with everyone. When he had this stroke, when he was in the hospital, everyone was worried about Guru Maharaj's health. But one of the nurses, she said, actually, Swamiji was worried about me. Swamiji asked me, how are you? And when I shared some of my personal problems, then he immediately said, don't worry, I will pray for you. And then every time he meets me, he will say, I actually prayed for you. How are you now? Hope your problems are getting reduced. And the nurse said, within 10 days, all my problems vanished. And then I was actually very happy to take up chanting because Swamiji was requesting me so much. I couldn't deny any request from Swamiji because I can understand that. I was able to understand that he really loved me. He really cared for me. And I was not in a position to deny any request from Swamiji. So when we are worried about Guru Maharaj's health, Guru Maharaj on that condition is worrying about other living entities. Guru Maharaj is not only worried about or concerned about his own disciples, he is worried about every living entity. He is concerned about every living entity. He is showing us the mindset of a preacher, mindset of a Vaishnava. Guru Maharaj has got many Facebook pages. One of the Facebook pages named Transcendental Blessings. And that Facebook is maintained by Guru Maharaj for preaching to people from other religions, interfaith preaching. And regularly Guru Maharaj quotes from Bible and other scriptures of other religions, especially about the glories of chanting the holy names of God. And he preaches to even people who belong to other religious faiths. So how can a person do like this? Only if a person has genuine love and concern for all other jivatmas. Such a person can only do this. So we have to learn a lot from Guru Maharaj, especially the mood of preaching. What should be our mindset towards other jivatmas, especially non-devotees. And it is also important that we maintain this spirit throughout so that we are successful in spreading Srila Prabhupada's movement far and wide. That's why Guru Maharaj was, in one of his lectures, he was saying that Krishna has given us with a warning system. You know, warning system means it's an inbuilt system which gives you a warning when something goes wrong. And Guru Maharaj was giving some examples in his lecture. He was saying that there is a serious disease called congenital insensitivity. If people are having that disease, then the problem is they don't feel pain. So that is a very dangerous situation. So the problem is, even if that person gets a deep wound, and even if he is bleeding, he will not know, he will not feel it. And there is every chance that he may bleed to death in case he meets with a serious injury. So Guru Maharaj was saying that pain is actually good for that person. If that pain is not there, then he will not understand that something has happened to his body. And Guru Maharaj was also quoting his own experience. Once Guru Maharaj was traveling in an airplane, and the flight took off, and after some 10-15 minutes, the pilot realized that the cargo door has not shut properly. It was open. So it was a very risky situation. And it was an intercontinental flight. And they were about to get into the sea, cross the sea. And it is very dangerous, traveling such a long distance with the cargo door open. So then the pilot, he dumped all the fuel. He circled the airport. And finally, with the help of all the other technicians and the instructions from the control tower, he was able to land. So Guru Maharaj was saying that it is a small switch. The malfunctioning of the small switch can destroy the entire airplane, can kill so many people. So these warning systems are very important. So what is the inbuilt warning system that we all have? Guru Maharaj is saying in that lecture, it is the Chaitya Guru. Everyone has Chaitya Guru inside one's heart. Chaitya Guru means Paramatma. So why Paramatma should be there within our heart, within every living entity? What is the purpose? The main purpose is Chaitya Guru is a warning system. Chaitya Guru will warn us if you do something wrong. When we get into the path of adharma, he will warn us. He is there to tell us that you are doing something wrong. You will get into trouble. But then in our personal experience, we know that we never hear this warning system from our Chaitya Guru. Why? Because our heart is not so pure to understand this warning system. So this responsibility is actually taken by the spiritual master. It is a responsibility of the spiritual master to warn his disciples, to make sure that they don't get into danger. So this kind of a heart-to-heart connection can be established by a disciple with the spiritual master if he is really dedicated to his warning, especially. So it's very, very important for all of us that we establish a very strong connection with Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj can guide us through his warning, and he is actually non-different from Chaitya Guru. There is no difference. So that's why our acharyas say we should always remember the spiritual master. Guru smarana is very important. At least 3 times a day. We are actually reminded about this every day morning, but unfortunately, we forget it every day. Most of the times, we don't do Guru Smaranam 3 times a day. Which song is recommending the sadhakas to do Guru Smarana 3 times a day? Do you remember? Anyone knows?
JSSS Sandhya.
Yes. Yes. The 8th shloka of Sansara Dava prayer. Dhyayastu vamstasya yashas trisandhyam. At least 3 times a day, we should glorify our Guru Maharaj. We should remember the glories of our Guru Maharaj, so that we are always inspired to stay in Krishna consciousness. We are always inspired to stay in the association of devotees. We are always inspired to preach and spread this mission to every nook and corner, which is actually the desire and dream of all our acharyas. So when you are conscious of the instructions of your Guru, you can naturally be Krishna conscious. That is a secret of Guru Smarana. Like someone asked once Prabhupada, it is mentioned that it is very important to remember Lord Krishna at the end of one's life. In Bhagavatam, it is mentioned, Ante Narayana Smritihi. So suppose a disciple remembers his Guru, his spiritual master, when he is leaving the world, then where would he go? What do you think? Where would a disciple go if he is remembering his spiritual master at the end of his life and not Krishna? Where would he go?
To Krishna.
How he can go back to Krishna?
Vaikuntha Prabhu.
Huh?
Vaikuntha.
How he will go? He did not remember Krishna.
Guru is considered
Guru takes him to
Krishna loves the glorification of his
Through
devotees.
disciplic succession, we reach
So
Krishna.
because Guru is a representative of Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, so when we think of our Guru, automatically through disciplic succession, it goes to Krishna, and so we remember Krishna, and Krishna takes us to Goloka Vaikuntha.
No, Prabhupada said, see, where will your Guru go? Your Guru will naturally go back to Godhead. So, if you remember your Guru, you will go to that place where your Guru is. You are so attached to your Guru that you are remembering him even when you are leaving your body. So, naturally, you will go to that place where your Guru is eternally present. So, where your Guru is present? He is present in Goloka. So, you will go back to Godhead even if you do Guru Smarana during the end of your life. So, if you have to do Guru Smarana, it is very, very important that we hear about the glories of Gurudev regularly. For instance, when Guru Maharaj, during his initial days, he was in Toronto. So he was a temple president there. And then there was some problems, managerial issues, and some devotees wanted to occupy the presidentship. And there was a fight. And finally, Guru Maharaj thought, why we should fight for positions? So Guru Maharaj gladly relinquished his presidentship and he gave to another devotee. His name was Jagadish Prabhu. And they also know that Guru Maharaj is very experienced and his presence is required in the management. So they themselves requested that you don't leave everything and go, you be the treasurer. So Guru Maharaj accepted the position of the treasurer. But later on, Guru Maharaj felt that he did not have much to do as a treasurer because the duties of treasurer are very limited. So then Guru Maharaj wrote to Srila Prabhupada, now what I should do. And Guru Maharaj said, you come and see me. I am in Los Angeles. So now before we proceed further, just think about Guru Maharaj. He is a temple president. He is a very qualified person. But he just left that position because he thought that I should not fight with a Vaishnava. So it is not easy. Sometimes we also hold on to our positions so dearly, even though they are such small positions. And we are not ready to allow any other Vaishnava to come and share that position or occupy that position. So we are so much attached to even positions, even after becoming a devotee. So Guru Maharaj is showing us the right way how to behave. Position is actually not important. Seva is more important. So anyway, he went to Los Angeles. And Guru Maharaj was recollecting this incident and he said, I first went to the temple and had darshan of the deities. But then I don't right now clearly recollect how the altar was, which were the deities and all. But I very clearly recollect the quarters of Srila Prabhupada, which was located upstairs at the temple. So it's a very important statement. Guru Maharaj is not able to recollect the altar or the deities, but he is very clearly recollecting where Srila Prabhupada stayed, when he met Srila Prabhupada, what conversed between Srila Prabhupada and himself. So what do you understand from this? What do you think?
His Guru Smarana was much more than his bhakti.
Exactly. His Guru Smarana was more strong than his Krishna Smarana. So Guru Maharaj himself practically demonstrated that. So just because he's having a very powerful, intense Guru Smarana, that doesn't mean that his Krishna Smarana is reduced. No. See, once Guru Maharaj was traveling in a van. I think it was a Volkswagen. And there was another devotee, Rupanuga Prabhu. They were driving. And Guru Maharaj always is fully into seva. So he sleeps very less most of the time. So Guru Maharaj was driving the van and it was evening time and the sun was setting. And the sun's rays were falling on to the windscreen and it was falling on his face. The road was very smooth and comfortable. And Guru Maharaj did not have much of a sleep the whole day. And he's driving the van, and you know what will happen in that situation. And for a few seconds, Guru Maharaj slept off. And suddenly he heard a huge sound, and the van turned into the pathway. It hit the pathway, and he lost control. It was turning around. And seeing this, the other devotee, Rupanuga Prabhu, he jumped out of the van. But Guru Maharaj somehow stayed. He caught hold of the steering and with much effort, he brought the van to a standstill. He controlled the van. And fortunately, nothing happened, no casualties. The only casualty or small casualty in the sense that the devotee who jumped out of the van, he got some bruises. So then this Rupanuga Prabhu recollected later on the same incident. And he said, when I realized that this van is out of control now, and it is going to hit a vehicle coming from the opposite side, and I'm going to suffer fatal injuries or even death, I immediately remembered my wife and children. Remembering them, I jumped out of the van. And Jayapataka Maharaj, he was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So this is his consciousness. Even during that time, when they were almost like meeting death face to face, Guru Maharaj was never, scared or afraid, and he chanted Harinam. How many of us will do this? We will also chant. Maybe we'll chant Ayyo, Amma, Appa, like that. We'll do all these chants. But how many of us will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra in such a situation where there is a grave danger to our own life? So, this is the power of Guru Smarana. Guru Maharaj's firm dedication to Srila Prabhupada. When you are firmly dedicated to your spiritual master, when you are always remembering your spiritual master, then automatically, with the blessings of your spiritual master, you will also be able to remember Krishna. So this is one incident we all have to keep in mind. Bhagavatam says, Padam Padam Yat Vibadam. In this material world, there is danger in every single step. But will you be able to remember Krishna when you are face to face with a dangerous situation? Will you be in a position to chant Harinam when you are facing a grave danger? Or will you be like a parrot who was always hearing Harinam, always chanting Harinam? But when the cat caught hold of it, it is shouted kyo, 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 instead of chanting Ram. We have to introspect. So, Guru Maharaj is always very, very conscious of the Lord, and holy name is very dear to him. And Guru Maharaj, because he is so much conscious about the holy name, he was so much dedicated to Srila Prabhupada. Everyone actually got attracted to Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj himself once shared a funny incident. During his initial days, when he was a newcomer, one Mataji, a girl, she was also a newcomer. And she went and asked Guru Maharaj, see, today evening I'm going to the temple. Now there is a program in the temple. So I don't want to go in karmi clothes. I want to go in a traditional attire. I would like to wear sari. Do you know how to wear a sari? And this girl is asking Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, anyway, at that time was not a sannyasi, was a newcomer. And she's asking Guru Maharaj, do you know how to wear a sari? And Guru Maharaj immediately thought, see, it is important that I encourage her to wear sari, because this is her first step into Krishna consciousness. And she's embracing Vaishnava culture. So Guru Maharaj took the sari and he wore it on himself. And he showed her, this is how to wear a sari. And in that way, he taught that lady how to wear the sari, and she wore a sari and she went to the temple. I don't know how Guru Maharaj learned all these things. And this was later on shared by that Mataji. She later took initiation. Her name is Kanta Dasi. So when you carry your Guru in your heart, then you can easily, bring others to Krishna consciousness. Can attract people to Krishna consciousness. As Vaishnavas, we must be attractive, not for any personal benefit, so that we can attract everyone into Krishna consciousness. People should feel that I should be also like this person. He's so nice, he's so attractive. And Guru Maharaj was always dedicated to the instructions of Srila Prabhupada. He never backed away from the opportunity to serve his Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. See, once when he was in Canada, again during the initial days, he one day received a phone call from a senior devotee, Gargamuni. And he said, Srila Prabhupada wants you to go to Kolkata immediately. Go there and preach. And then Guru Maharaj asked, so how will I manage my flight fare? And this Gargamuni Prabhu said, that is your problem. I don't know about that. I just wanted to inform you that it is Srila Prabhupada's desire that you immediately go to Kolkata and preach there. Guru Maharaj doesn't have even a penny. So Guru Maharaj never complained. He never tried to reach out to Srila Prabhupada and say, Prabhupada, if you tell me to go to India, right away, and I'm in Canada. I don't have any money. What will I do? Why don't you arrange some funds for me? Guru Maharaj never did all those things. Guru Maharaj immediately took those instructions to his heart, and he went to a nearby church and he organized a fundraising program. He requested the authorities of the church that, please give me an opportunity. I would like to talk about Indian culture, and somehow they agreed. And then when the time came for his speech, they announced that now we'll have a lecture on Indian mythology. So when Guru Maharaj heard this title, he was worried, because Guru Maharaj was saying mythology means it is something imaginary. It is a myth. It is not real. So Guru Maharaj in that lecture, in that speech said, actually it's not mythology. All the stories that you read from the Puranas, from the Idihasas, they are not myths. They are real stories. Actually, it's a history. It is a history. It is not mythology. And he gave a wonderful class. And then he got enough money just to reach India, and to pay for his flight fare. Enough money in the sense, not a first class ticket or a business class ticket or even an economy class ticket. Just some enough money. And Guru Maharaj thought, okay, with this, I'll somehow manage. And then Guru Maharaj researched for the cheapest flight. And he found one flight from Canada to London. And then he reached London. And then when he reached London, he had to wait for some more days before he can get another cheap flight. It's not immediate connection flight, a comfortable connection. So when he was in London, there was another senior devotee, Gurudas Prabhu. He called Guru Maharaj and he said, anyway, you are in London. Why don't you come and stay in the temple for a few more days and help me with the temple management? And then Guru Maharaj, if anyone was in the position of Guru Maharaj without any money, would have immediately accepted that offer. But Guru Maharaj said, I will ask Srila Prabhupada, because Srila Prabhupada asked me to go to Kolkata. So I'll ask Srila Prabhupada. If Prabhupada agrees, then I will come. And immediately Guru Maharaj tried to call up Srila Prabhupada. I think Prabhupada was in Los Angeles somewhere, but he couldn't get through. So then Guru Maharaj decided that it is Krishna's desire that I must immediately go to Kolkata. And then Guru Maharaj decided to go to Kolkata, and he took a plane. Guru Maharaj later on, he was sharing this incident, and he was saying it was a Second World War propeller vintage plane. Not at all comfortable. Every time it takes off, the ears pop up, because there is no proper aerodynamics system inside the flight. It is almost like a cargo flight. Since it was very cheap, Guru Maharaj took it. And Guru Maharaj remembered that every time it takes off and lands, the ears pop up and it is very painful. And from London, Guru Maharaj flew to Belgium in that propeller plane. And from Belgium, he flew to Rome. From Rome, he flew to Cairo. From Cairo, he went to Yemen. From Yemen, he went to Karachi. From Karachi, he went to Bombay. And from Bombay, he reached Kolkata. Just imagine what a grueling journey it must have been. But then Guru Maharaj undertook that just for the sake of pleasing his spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. So every JSSS meeting should elevate our consciousness so that we are always remembering our Guru Maharaj. Sometimes we feel very low, even in our spiritual life. So immediately you think about a pastime of Guru Maharaj. They are so sweet, so personal. It can immediately inspire you. Once Kaunteya Prabhu, he was a long-time secretary of our Guru Maharaj. he was sharing one incident. That is, Guru Maharaj was appointed as the GBC for, of course, he's a GBC for Mayapur, and he was appointed as a very special officer, the special duty for the TOVP construction, Temple of Vedic Planetarium construction. And the TOVP office is in London. So every month they will have meetings there. And Guru Maharaj simply cannot go to the meetings. He has to do a lot of preparations. He has to give a lot of guidance to the architects, to the engineers. He has to give ideas about fundraising. It's a heavy duty. And Guru Maharaj has to prepare a lot before he can attend the meetings. So everyone looks up to Guru Maharaj for guidance for any aspect about the temple construction. So Kaunteya Prabhu was saying that he makes it a point that he attends the meeting. He never misses the meeting. So he'll be flying in from some part of the world to London, hours together. And he always prefers to take overnight flights, not day flights. Why? Because he doesn't want to waste time. And also, how he thinks is, I can sleep in the plane so that I can save some time. So what he does is, every time he takes an overnight flight, he sleeps in the plane, and as soon as he lands in the airport, he will go to the airport lounge, and in the lounge he will take a shower. In the lounge he will take a shower, and then he will immediately go to the temple, London temple. And there he will give a Bhagavatam class. He will be on time, just on time for Bhagavatam class. He will give Bhagavatam class. Then he has to write to the TOVP office for the meetings. And there is no time for breakfast. So he will take breakfast inside the car on his way to the meeting. And then he will attend the meeting from morning till evening. Then there will be again a continuation of the meeting sessions on the next day. So he has to come back to his room and he has to prepare for the next day's presentations. So this is his routine, very heavy routine. And many a times Guru Maharaj was requested that he need not give a Bhagavatam class. He said, no, the devotees are waiting for me. This is one opportunity where they can interact with me. So he never missed the Bhagavatam class. And one day what happened, Guru Maharaj was sitting on his table preparing something for the next day's meeting. It was around 12 o'clock midnight. And Guru Maharaj just slept off in front of the computer on his chair. He was sleeping. He went into deep sleep. And then Kaunteya Prabhu, when he came, he saw that Guru Maharaj is in deep sleep. So now Kaunteya Prabhu is confused. He is in a dilemma now. So what is his confusion? He is thinking, should I wake up Guru Maharaj and ask him to go to bed so that he can comfortably sleep there? Now he is sitting in the chair. It will not be comfortable for him. But then he is having another thought. If I wake up Guru Maharaj, there is a problem. You know what is the problem? Can you guess?
He will not go to sleep. He will start working again.
Exactly. So he's worried that if I wake him up, he will again start working. He will not go to sleep. And then he decided, let me not wake him and let him at least sleep, at least in the chair, sitting in the chair. And he left him. So I will conclude with this. The point I want to highlight is, don't think that Guru Maharaj is sleeping like we sleep. It is like from the place from where I come. I come from Trivandrum. We have a wonderful temple called Anandapadmanabha Swami Temple. And there, the Lord is always sleeping. But he is not in Nidra. He is in Yoga Nidra. So once someone asked Lakshmi Devi, why the Lord is always sleeping? And Lakshmi Devi said, I don't know, maybe he's tired. He's the maintainer of the universe now. So he feels very tired. And then, anyway, she said, I'll ask him. And one day she asked Lord Vishnu, why are you always sleeping? And Vishnu said, I'm actually not sleeping. I'm closing my eyes and I'm thinking, how can I bring back all my children who are suffering in this material world? What plans I should come up with? Whether I should go personally or should I send some of my devotees, stalwart preachers, and bring them? How can I bring them? So I'm always thinking and just keeping my eyes closed and I'm in deep thought. So this is what is Yoga Nidra. So exalted devotees like our Guru Maharaj, even when they sleep, they're always conscious of Krishna and they're always thinking, how can we bring so many suffering souls back to the lotus feet of the Lord so that they are mitigated, they get relief from their misery so that they are firmly reinstated back in Goloka. So Guru Maharaj is wide awake. Are we awake? We have to introspect. Thank you so much. Jai Shri Guru Maharaj ki jai, Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Would you like to share something else?
Hare Krishna.
Guru Maharaj,
Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thanks a lot.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Sundar Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
I want to share one more information somewhere which I have read it, that this Guru Maharaj, though he was a foreigner, he started learning Bengali and also Spanish for the purpose of preaching as per the orders of his Guru Maharaj, that is our Srila Prabhupada. That was something wonderful which I felt, that he started learning Bengali.
Yes.
Spanish at least is okay. It's also a foreign language. Maybe he would have got some information on that and all that. Even we Indians feel difficult to learn Bengali. And he has learned Bengali, means it is really a very, very, very appreciable and very, very devoted that we have to follow.
Exactly. For a foreigner like Guru Maharaj, it's like Greek and Latin. Bengali is a very tough language. But he did it for the sake of preaching, satisfying Srila Prabhupada. Nice point. Thank you, Mataji. Any other points you want to share? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I like the point when Guru Maharaj and their disciples going in the car and suddenly the car twisted. The devotees remembered their wife and children, but still Guru Maharaj chanting. That is the most favorite point. Still he remembered like that much consciousness in Guru Maharaj Krishna consciousness.
Yes, yes.
True.
Another point,
like
though he suffered a stroke, anybody suffered a stroke after that at this particular age, anybody would feel like taking rest and not traveling here and there. But still Guru Maharaj, with all his difficulties, his pain, he is traveling everywhere and preaching and taking care of his devotees. This is our luck and this is our, I can say, blessing from Lord Krishna, that we have got such a good Guru Maharaj, such a elevated soul with us, whom we have to realize and follow.
Yes, another side to this point is, if Guru Maharaj being so unhealthy, if he can preach, then what about us? We are so healthy. How much we should be preaching? So we should also be inspired to preach more, to spread this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for the class, Prabhu. Like how Guru Maharaj took so many stops and reached, through Yemen and things like that to our place. We should at least make a small detour to Madurai and be eager to see the same place.
Exactly. A nice point. Yeah. You don't have to go to Cairo or Yemen or all the second propeller engine planes. It's so easy for us to travel to Madurai. So we should all make an effort to go to Madurai and have darshan of Guru Maharaj and take inspiration from him. Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Last JSSS meeting, you have mentioned 2 points, Prabhu, that remembering Guru for 3 times a day, and one of the very good pastime which I personally remember after that, whenever we take personal services, I remember Guru Maharaj, that how Guru Maharaj has personally cleaned that pit, that toilet problem has happened in one of the place in Mayapur, and how that he never thought that is a menial service, and he never denied doing that. In that level, his service mode was there, and I personally inspired from that. And whenever we feels this seva is going out of our hand or overwhelming, I immediately remember Guru Maharaj in this, and I take it as an inspiration. And every JSSS session is it's wonderful, Prabhu, because we learn a lot of things about Guru Maharaj, and it inspires us a lot to grow in spiritual life. And thank you so much on this auspicious day of Ekadashi. You have you spoke about Guru Maharaj, and it's really inspiring us. And thank you so much, Prabhu, for this wonderful session. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing up that point. See, another aspect about the point that you raised is sometimes we may get a nice service. It's not that we are asked to clean the toilet or wipe the floor, but then sometimes we are in a team, and then we have a feeling that I'm not properly highlighted. I don't have so much of an importance in this team. And even when the announcements are made, my name is not really mentioned. Sometimes such instance also happens. So during that time, it is very important to reset our mindset that we are not in this team of devotees to get name, fame, or glory. Our duty is to serve our Guru Maharaj. So let them take the credits. I'm very happy that my God brothers and my God sisters are being credited in front of the public. Just like today we shared, like Guru Maharaj was very happy to relinquish his position as a temple president. So this is one thing that we have to keep in mind. Whenever we feel that we are not given so much of importance, then we should not feel bad. That is one thing we have to learn from Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Guruji, I have a doubt. Today you have been teaching that in the last minute, we should have the smarana of Guru Maharaj. If not the smarana of Krishna, even thinking Guru Maharaj, we will land in Goloka Vaikuntha, wherever Guru Maharaj already is. So how to make a practice of this in practical life? How to bring this, that at the last minute, unless we practice, we will not be able to do it at the last minute. So how to bring it to practice? That is, living, we should die, and we should remember the last second.
Yeah. See, in this, in one past time, we are sharing about that Volkswagen incident. The other devotee, Rupanaka Prabhu, he remembered his wife and children when he was meeting his death, no? So how it was possible for him? That is also an important lesson. It was possible for him because they were very dear to him. He had a very nice relationship with them. So no one had to come and tell him, why don't you remember your wife and children? Now you are about to die. It naturally came to him. It was very spontaneous. So if you are somehow able to develop a loving relationship with your Guru Maharaj or with Lord Krishna, then it will come spontaneously. Because whenever we are in an emergency, say suppose if someone meets up and he is involved in an accident, if he has his mobile phone, whom will he call first? The person who is very dear to him or her. That is the time we realize that, okay, this person is very important for me, because in an emergency situation, the first person that came to my mind was this person. So he is actually very important. I have a very strong bond with this person. So if we have a loving relationship with Guru, then naturally, spontaneously, we would like to remember our Guru. And that is also materialized when we realize side by side that other relationships are temporary and mostly they are at the level of bodily platform. And those near and dear ones, they can simply sit and cry near our deathbed. They cannot really contribute to our well being or to our ultimate well being of going back to Godhead. That can be done only by our spiritual master. So, this jnana, this realization, all these things finally contribute so that you are at the end of the time in a position to remember Krishna or your spiritual master. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Thank you so much for a nice class today. Prabhu, my takeaway point, which has really inspired me, is like how Gurudev is so compassionate with other devotees, not only for his disciple, for all the jivatmas in this world. So compassionate. And one more point is like whenever we are feeling low, even we are practicing so much sadhana, doing a devotional service, we'll feel sometimes low. So whenever we remember our Gurudev's pastimes, when we discuss with the Gurudev's vani, as you told, the three important things, so we'll get charged up ourselves, which is very, very important. Prabhu, thank you so much for this very nice points. Thank you.
That's also an important point. Like Vaishnavas are paradukha dukkis. So when we say that I'm feeling for someone else, so then how do we practically bring that feeling? How do we translate that feeling into the practical life? That is also important. Sometimes what happens is we just have the feeling and we are not able to do anything about that feeling. So it would be great if you could translate that feeling into something tangible. To give an example, I know of a Mataji who she can't drive two-wheelers or four-wheelers, so she always takes auto rickshaws. So what she does is, whenever she gets in an auto rickshaw, she has a few small books of Srila Prabhupada. And when she gets out of the auto, she will request the auto wala and she would say, "Can I pay the fare in the form of books?" If you say, "Yes, I will do that. Otherwise, I can pay you the fare." And many auto walas, they say, "Okay, no problem. You give me a book. After all, it is an auspicious book, a book about the Lord." And he distributes book, to the auto walas. And then when they accept the book, she also gives a card, Harinam card, and she requests them to chant. She will invite the auto wala to the temple. And sometimes if she has some dry prasadam, she will give the dry prasadam to the auto wala. So this is a practical demonstration of our karuna, our feeling for other living entities. If you are able to do this also, then Guru Maharaj will be very happy. That's why whenever Guru Maharaj travels, he always carries some dry prasadam with him. Because if people are not listening to his words, then he at least wants to give them some mercy. So that he wants to give prasadam. Because prasadam normally no one refuses. So if you are able to do this, then Guru Maharaj will be very pleased. Hare Krishna. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Jai Shri Guru. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful session.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you
Thank
for
you
your
very much.
time and sharing all the details with us, Prabhu.
Thank
Surely
you.
with our consciousness, Prabhu. Thank you. Great.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam.
Couldn't hear you.
Prabhuji, we are not able to hear you. Love Prabhu, we are not able to hear you.
No, Prabhu. You can remove the earphone.
No, Prabhu, no. No, no.